Hi and hello to everyone. I am Gautam Raj, Technical Manager, Entu Technology Solutions India Private Limited. So, on behalf of TTI team and Entu Tech team, I am hearty welcome to one and all attending the Things Virtual Conference 2021. So, hope you are enjoying the conference well for past couple of days, and hope you are going to enjoying this session also with me. And in this session, we are going to see about how we can save energy with this LoRaWAN technology and LoRaWAN hardware. So with respect to various use cases and applications, I am just going to elaborate you that how this energy saving application could be possible by this particular LoRaWAN technology and the things industries. Okay, so welcome you all. Let's get into this session. So how we can save the energy and what could be the importance of energy saving here, right? So as we know that energy resource needs to be utilized in a proper way, so that for each and every organization, and not only in an organization and also in your household usage, and in an industries and in a public places, right? So wherever we are utilizing our energy resources, right, so we need to make the energy resources to be properly utilized, right? So in this way, if you consider in a business point of view with any organization, the utilization of energy resources, it needs to be planned accordingly, and it need not to be wasted in any of the places, so that we can able to achieve the business in more profitable way, right? So here we are going to see about how we can save such an energy by making the automated devices using LoRaWAN technology, and how to make this energy saving and energy management application which helps us to utilize the energy resources in a more effective way, right? So it's not only like an electrical energy resource, right? So we are talking about in general an energy, like even you can think about, like if you want to switch on and off anything, you need to spend some of your energy to visit the place and make that needs to be done from your side, and you need to return back to your place, okay, in any of the industries. Or else if you want to monitor any of the applications or appliances, right, so you want to visit the place physically to monitor that particular instance, right? So here those energies is also to be considered, and you are going to save all the energy resources completely, so that your business model to be improved, and it could be run in a very much profitable way by utilizing the energy resources in a proper way. Okay, so saving of this energy and sophisticating ourselves with various automated devices could be done by using this technology, particularly this LoRaWAN, which helps us to improve a lot of new applications where we can able to save the energy in a effective way, right? So the various industries, like even you consider lot of use cases which we are going to see. For example, smart energy metering application, and smart lighting application, and smart office applications, and various wind turbine systems where our electrical energies are getting produced, and various smart manufacturing and production units, right? So there are plenty of use cases which is available for a simple energy management solution and energy saving application. So we are going to see few of the use cases and how we can save such an energy by using this technology, particularly LoRaWAN technology, and how we can make our business to be in a profitable way, and how to utilize this energy resources in an effective way without wasting the available resources, right? So this is about an very much importance of an energy saving. Energy management, it also plays a very much major role here, right? So since if you want to measure any of the performance of any machineries which you are having in your organization or industries, right, it needs to be monitored remotely. Okay, since if any of the industry, if you consider there may be like around 4 kilometers of surroundings or 2 kilometers of surroundings, right, if a person wants to monitor the complete operation of the machineries around the plant, then they need to visit the place then and there, and they need to note down, and they need to monitor the performance of the machine. So it actually utilizes lot of energy resources. So if the machine reports to you in a way so that about its performance and its energy consumption and everything, then it will be more benefit to us. And by sitting in a place, you can able to monitor the complete plant of 3 or 4 kilometers, or even from the worldwide you can able to monitor the complete plants. Okay, so those kind of an implementation can be done by using this LoRaWAN technology, and those controlling applications can be done remotely by a manual thing, and also by an automized way by using various energy resources. So the reducing of such energy consumption can be at least by 20 to 40% after implementing this particular technology here. Okay, so how we can achieve this much amount of an energy utilization, right? How we can reduce this energy consumption by this way, right? So the main thing is like we need to make our data to be react automatically, right? So whenever we are getting some data in a cloud, right, so this needs to be react accordingly to reduce our time to spend on that particular action, and also it will improve the efficiency by an immediate control. Okay, for an use case, even if you consider, if any of the boiler plant, if you consider, if the temperature increases, it needs to be cut off immediately, then it needs to be done locally, or it needs to be controlled immediately from the cloud, right? So by making this data to react in that place, we can achieve such a things. Okay, and also how we can make profitable business with this way is like reducing this kind of an implementation and maintenance and increasing the productivity, right? So in various use cases, the cost of implementation and maintenance was very huge, right? So there are lot of manpower it involved, and lot of energy resources involved for traveling and spending of energy, and there are a lot of things, right? So this can be reduced in an better way by using this kind of an IoT devices, majorly on LoRaWAN devices, and we can increase our productivity in a better way so that our resources can be utilized more properly, and this can also be remotely managed, right? So this energy is not particularly about an electrical energy, what I am telling, it's considered to be an light energy, or it considered to be an energy which we are spending in a day-to-day life. So why we are going for LoRaWAN technology, right? So as we all know that LoRaWAN is easy to make a private or public network establishment. So either we can go with public network by using a TTN, or a private network using TTI, so that we can easily establish our network connection in wherever we want, even though there is a no network coverage from different mobile operators. Okay, and also we can able to reduce the recurring cost of the device by maintaining a common gateway system, so that all the devices which was using a different use cases and application can able to communicate with a single gateway, either by using a public or private network, so that it can be monitored in a single platform, and this obviously create a very low cost maintenance, and it obviously increases the coverage also. So we can easily make ourselves to be automized in the place of remote areas, and wherever we want we can able to establish our complete network. So that is the reason why we are majorly focusing on LoRaWAN technology, and we are making ourselves and our devices to be communicated with this LoRaWAN platform. Okay, as this LoRaWAN architecture have 4 different layers. The first layer is end device or end node. So it is attached with any kind of a sensors or actuators. This data to be communicated to and from the gateway. So this gateway can have a capability to register the things network or the things industries network server, and so this data can be sent from the network server to application server by using any integration techniques, like either it could be an HTTP integration, or it could be an MQTT integration, right? So we can able to send the data from the things industries to the application server, right? And also if you want to control any devices back from the application server, so the device can be controlled from the application server, through the Things Industries or Things Network platform through various classes like class A and class B and class C, so that the devices can also be controlled remotely from any of the application server. Okay, so here the device whatever I have shown here is like RS485LN or IO controller or LSN50, or like if you are like a ready to deployable product, and LSN50 is a customizable product for any of the device integration. For example, here RS485LN is suitable for converting any of the machinery's data which is giving in an RS485 output that can be converted to LoRaWAN packets by using this RS485LN, so that our data can be reached to LoRaWAN gateway registered with TTI or TTN, so the device can be reached to our application server for any of the data monitoring purposes. And next controller what I have listed is like an IO controller here. So it have an inbuilt relay for controlling any of the electrical appliances, so that we can able to save our energy over here by sending some commands from an application server, so that it reach the device in a way so that it can be controlled, and we can able to manage the devices remotely. And also we have another device like LSN50, where we can able to interface any of the analog or digital sensors together, and the data can be communicated to the LoRaWAN gateway and Things Industry stack and application server for data monitoring purpose. And also you can able to send a command from the application server to the device back by the same way. Okay, so by this way we can able to achieve the complete communication from the end device to application server and application server to end device in all the LoRaWAN classes like class A, class B and class C using the Things Industry stack. Okay, and this LoRaWAN gateway, it's completely an outdoor deployable low cost gateway from the Dragino, and it is a make from them, and with a model of DLOS 8. Okay, so by this way, so we can able to achieve the complete system to be automized in various use cases which we are going to see in an upcoming. So by this way, so we are getting into few of the application standards which we are going to list down here, like LoRaWAN energy management solutions. Okay, one by one. So coming to energy management solution, so we have listed few of the use cases here, like which we are going to discuss in this presentation. So one is a smart metering application, where we are going to monitor our energy resources remotely, and also we can control the energy resources from the place wherever we are. Okay, so this is one of the first application which we are going to see. And next is how we can include the smart street lighting system, and how we can include the intelligence in the smart street lighting system to save our energy in terms of various ways that we are going to see in a second application. And in a third, like how we can able to save energy in our smart office solution, where we are using a lot of energy resources, and this could help us to improve ourselves in saving an energy, and it could help us to improve the business in a profitable way also. And in a next way, like how we can make the energy production to be happen in various wind turbine systems, and this wind turbine system can also be monitored remotely, and also could be able to manage it remotely for various use cases. Okay, so that we are going to see in the wind turbine system. And various manufacturing industries, for example here I have taken one of the manufacturing industry is like cloth manufacturing industry, where our complete devices can be automized for the production monitoring services. And next is a boiler plant, where we are going to produce the power in various way, so that we are going to see these particular use cases here, so one by one, so that we can able to know how we can include or how we can improve our energy saving capability over here, and by using this kind of an energy saving technologies. So the first use case which we are going to see is an LoRaWAN energy meter, where this LoRaWAN energy meter, it actually includes various energy monitoring solution of either a household or industries. So it comes with single phase and three phase meters with an industrial grade, and in this COVID situation, even if you consider a person needs to visit some place, or either it may be a house or industry, and they need to travel lot of places, and there are lot of chances for making them to be infected with the COVID, right? So this LoRaWAN based devices which comes with this energy metering, so this is very much useful for them to make the complete system to be automated, since no person needs to visit the place for remote monitoring or making the reading and entering manually in the server. So this complete system can be automated by using this LoRaWAN energy meter, where this can able to consume, or where we can able to monitor these devices completely remotely, and also we can able to see the data of the device either by based on a fixed time interval, or in a daily basis consumption, or weekly basis consumption, or even in a monthly basis consumption. Okay, so based on this, a consumer can be built accordingly from the server itself, and no need of an human intervention there. So obviously we can get some COVID relief from that particular place, right? So this is one of the major use case which we are using for an energy management system, like how we can save our energy for visiting so many places and taking reading manually and coming back and entering into the server, right? So there are lot of things actually behind the scenes. Okay, and also if you consider, we can able to make this as a prepaid and postpaid meters, so that it can able to control remotely, since it has an inbuilt relay operation, so which can able to control based on the consumption, whatever we have recharged to the device or whatever we have utilized. So based on that, we can able to remotely control the device on and off, and we can able to manage the complete resource. Okay, and for example, if you consider there are 1000 houses, so minimum 4 resources needs to be utilized for complete 2 days. Okay, so that they need to take the reading manually, and they need to enter it into the server, and they need to generate the billing for them. Okay, so if we are including this LoRaWAN based energy meter, then obviously all the houses wherever it is installed with, not only with an energy meter, with some different applications also, right, it will collect the data cumulatively, and it will bill automatically from the resource itself, and we no need to spend on a resource salary, and we no need to spend on a timing, and we no need to give our effort to make ourselves to be safe in this COVID zone. Okay, so all these things can able to remotely done by using this LoRaWAN energy meter, as this is the one of the sample dashboard which we already deployed. Okay, which gives an energy meter ID, and this is the current consumption which we are at present, which it is happening in the meter, and it is the current voltage which is delivered by the meter, and the frequency in which the supply is given, and this is the total consumption graph. Okay, and apart from this, it have the so many parameters like a postpaid metering and prepaid metering, so that possibility is also there with this particular meter. So by using this particular metering concept, right, so we can able to do lot of resource utilization can be saved, and our time and effort and money can be saved in this particular way. So this is one of the use case which we are seeing. So that is a LoRaWAN energy meter. So the next use case is an intelligent street lighting system, where we are using in various street lighting system in the roads and highways and wherever the place we are using. And if you consider, the utilization of the street light in late night is very much less, and also it is essential whenever they are crossing. Okay, we could not able to avoid it completely, but we can able to optimize it to an particular level by detecting an automatic movement identification of a vehicle or a person in that place, so that it will increase the energy consumption in various ways if we are not using this particular technology. So if we go with this technology, then obviously the consumption of the energy will be reduced, So whenever we are not utilizing that particular place, then obviously the street light will be go to a dimmable position of up to 20% of brightness, or even low when compared to that also, so that it will save around 80% of energy at that particular place. So again, if some of the vehicle is identified that it was coming to that particular place, or if it identifies any person is moving in that place, then automatically the street light brightness will get increased. Okay, so this obviously it will make the complete system to be automized, and we can able to save energy in various ways. Okay, and also based on the moonlight and the sunlight also we can able to control the brightness, and based on the timing also, right, by making the complete integrated thing which can able to identify the movement identification, and the sunlight and the moonlight and various aspects which relevant to this street lighting condition. We are going to make the street light to a dimmable position whenever it is not utilized. Okay, and if you see here, I just consider that, so whenever there is a no movement, the light will go to the dimmable up to the 20%, and whenever the vehicle is identified in some certain places, the brightness will be increased up to some 100% in the in this particular position, right. So obviously we can able to save some 80% of energy here with some of the street lights, and whenever the vehicle crosses the entire place, then again all the street lights will again move to the some 20% of brightness. So obviously this will save the energy consumption, and we can able to utilize the energy in a proper way. Okay, and also we can able to easily identify the fault in the street light also. For example, if a street light was continuously not making any of the energy consumption here for 1 or 2 days, then obviously we can able to easily identify that this particular street light is not under the operation. So we need to make, or we need to arrange some replacement for that particular street light, for either it may be a service or by the replacement. So this also can be done and achievable by using this remote monitoring using the LoRaWAN technology, and this use cases can be done with all the street like in highways or houses or any of the organization like airports or industries, right. So it will be applicable for all the industries and public places. Coming to its features and functionalities, if you take, right, so we can able to schedule the street lights based on the timing. For example, evening 6 o'clock it needs to turn on, and morning 6 o'clock it needs to turn off, and within this duration also we can able to control it manually, and based on this ambience light and also the movement based identification of any person or a vehicle, it will increase and decrease in its brightness, and the total current consumption can also be monitored, so that we can easily identify the device functionality whether it is in a working condition or not, and we can able to completely take care about the system by using this kind of an energy management solution. So this energy management solution, it obviously it leads to complete energy saving kind of an application, which you are just seeing that here. One simple calculation we can see. So what I have considered here is like, I have considered a single light which is operating in 100 watts. Okay, so totally it was running for 12 hours of duration from evening 6 to morning 6. Okay, and the total the consumption here it was taken is 1200 watts for the complete day. Okay, if it runs for total 12 hours of duration with 100% of brightness. If the same street light, if it was running for 12 hours with 50% of brightness, whenever there is a no identification or whenever there is a no movement, then obviously it will reduce its 50% of brightness, and we can able to save the 50% of energy here. The same if we make it as a 20% of brightness, then we can able to save around 80% of the energy consumption here. The same if you consider for bulk number of devices, if you take, the energy consumption will be huge. So all these things can be controlled by using these kind of a dimmable street lights with respective to time, with respective to movement base, and with respective to the sunlight and moonlight based intensity based control. Okay, so all these things together can be combined together for a complete energy saving application, where we can able to make our complete street light to be optimized for various energy saving applications. So the next use case is in a smart office. For example, even you just consider in this picture, all the lights has been turned on even though there is no person inside that particular room, right? So, but if it is included in the LoRaWAN based communication standard with an IoT based device, okay, so some intelligence can be added here. Like whenever an occupancy is identified, at the time only the lights can able to turn on, else the light could go to the off mode or else in a dimmable condition, so that we can save some energy in our office or with an organization. Okay, and also this can be included with some kind of a blinds automation, so that it can allow some sunlight inside and reduce the brightness of the light inside, so it will make some energy saving in that particular case also. And later, if you consider, the temperature based air conditioning system can also be possible by making the air conditioner on and off, and based on the temperature of the room, and it will make the complete system to be automized without any intervention for from any of the employee or the maintenance team. Okay, and even if you consider some high level production units and production plants, there will be some high voltage transformers and various parameters. It actually needs to be monitored from that particular transformers and all, right? So how we can able to monitor such a thing? It's like, so if you consider that complete industry was around 4 acres or 5 acres of land, we could not able to travel then and there to monitor all the transformers in operating condition with respective to temperature and various other parameters also. So by including this LoRaWAN based devices, we can able to make the device to be monitored remotely, and we can able to make the complete plants to be monitored by sitting in a place, and we can obviously save a lot of resources and energy over here, and this complete system will be automized in smart office and smart industries over here. Okay, so this is another application for wind turbine monitoring system, where the complete turbine system can be monitored. So if you consider all the turbines wherever they have deployed, it's like in some remote area, like so a person needs to travel a lot of long distance to check for the working condition, and if they want to measure something, they need to visit the place, and lot of things it actually involved, right? So it will reduce the manual effort over here, and it will enable the remote monitoring of the device in this particular use case. Okay, so where we can able to make some failure here is like, so one thing is if you consider the oil viscosity, right? So the oil viscosity inside the plant, if it goes below some certain level, then obviously the production will go low, right? So it will damage the internal parts, and obviously the machine will get failure. So we need to continuously monitor the oil viscosity of this wind turbine system, and whenever the oil viscosity is low, the concerned person can visit the place and replace the oil, and it will make the system to be turned on, and gives its 100% protection in all the aspects. Okay, so by this way we can able to avoid this earlier faults. Okay, so we can able to detect the faults early, and we can able to avoid the happening of faults, and even we can go with an forecast of an energy production by, for example, if wind turbine, how much production is happening in each and every turbine, and how much energy we are collecting from the wind turbine system, everything can be remotely monitored, and each and every aspects can be monitored remotely, and we can able to take a necessary action on that particular wind turbine system whenever it goes into some critical state, right? So this things can be made by using this kind of an energy management system platform. So the next use case is for the smart production units, like, so here in my use case I have considered cotton processing units for manufacturing of threads and various aspects. So here what we are going to see is like in any of the production units here, so the fault identification is very much essential. For example, if a unit was continuously running for 24/7, a person needs to be continuously roaming around and needs to identify the fault immediately. If they were failed to identify the fault for 1 hour, then obviously there will be a production loss for 1 hour. This will create an impact on huge way in a business aspects, so that the continuous monitoring of the system is very much essential here. And if you take this manufacturing industry, we can also able to make some automation in terms of an air conditioner and lighting system. So whenever there is a no person in that place, obviously it will go to the dimmable condition, and it will come back to the brightness of the 100% whenever the person comes, right? So this complete automation can also be done in the industry point of view, so that we can able to easily map the energy consumption with respect to the production on monthly basis or weekly basis, and we can able to utilize our energy resources in a completely more effective way, so that we can go with some better production without any interventions over here, and with 100% production. Okay, so this is one of the use case for an energy saving application, where we can able to achieve the 100% production in this particular place. So the last use case is like a smart boiler monitoring system, where a person needs to be physically present there in all the boiler, near to all the boiler plant is very much risky way, and it's not healthy too. And what they can do is like they can able to remotely monitor by installing some IoT based devices, particularly LoRaWAN based devices with this units, and they can able to monitor remotely from their place. And whenever there is an requirement and whenever there is a necessity of visit, at that time they can visit the place, and else they can able to manage from their office itself or from their cabin itself by easy status monitoring and control of each and every boiler plants. Okay, and also they can able to continuous monitoring of all the devices rather than just with the random checking of the device in a live visit. And also automatic cutoff and shutdown on an emergency basis can also be done. So this will make the system to be more secure. Even though if there is a flaw, the system can be shut down automatically or cut off automatically, so that the system can be saved from any of the critical situation. So this will obviously create an increasing in its production of power generation and decreasing in its failure time, and also it will reduce the manpower effort by visiting the place, and it will also improve the employee health condition in this place by making the system to be automized, right? So this complete boiler monitoring system can also be helpful for better production, and we can able to produce more energy here and save our energy here by making a less visit to that place. Okay, so this complete system monitoring can also be done, okay, by various use cases and applications. So by this way we can keep ourselves safe in this COVID situation in various zones of COVID zones, and also we can able to save a lot of energy by visiting lot of places, and also we can make our complete energy saving application by using a dimmable lights and occupancy based on and off control and timer based on and off system, and also occupancy based on and off and temperature based AC control system, right? So all these systems can able to include in this energy management solution, and remote monitoring of various wind turbine system, and immediate fault identification of various production units and boiler industries, so that we can able to easily include each and every application point of view. So the energy saving is a very major role, and let's save energy, let's stay safe and happy. Okay, happy 2021, right? So we'll go safe, right? So thank you one and all for making this presentation happens. Okay, so let's achieve together with this LoRaWAN technology. Let's rock together. Thank you.